Hey guys, what's up? And I am back with a bit of a surprise video. I didn't think I would be doing mock drafts this soon. I just had a mock draft go up yesterday. I'm recording this on Thursday. Just had a mock draft go up on Wednesday, and I'm gonna have to do some more because DK requested a trade, and we're going to have to try out some mocks with a DK trade. So I am doing 4 mocks today. I'm not going to do my usual in-depth on all the prospects, mainly focusing on the DK Metcalf trades. We don't actually know if he's going to be traded, but this is something we should talk about. So I'm going to do 4 trade partners that I think are most likely. So let's jump into this first one here. And this first one, I am looking at the Buffalo Bills. The Bills, they need a wide receiver 1. They have Khalil Shakir, just gave him a deal, which they got him for really cheap. And they need a big guy. They have Keon Coleman. I think Keon Coleman is a really fun player, but I think in this trade, they would give us Keon Coleman. I saw there have been reports that, there have been varying reports of DK's value. Some people are saying he's worth a third at best. Nah. I think a second is probably the equivalent value. I saw a trade offer like with Curtis Samuel. I wouldn't love that. I'm going to offer DK Metcalf. I've played around with these trades a lot. I'm going to offer DK Metcalf, and this is a bit of a... I think they're willing to give up one of their seconds because they do have 2. So I'm going to do DK Metcalf and pick 82, our third rounder, for 62, Keon Coleman, and their late 4th. Because I think this is... Keon Coleman, I had a first-round grade on him in last year's draft. I really, really like him. I think he could be a high-end wide receiver 1 in this class. He reminds me of Mike Evans. I think he has that ceiling. And then this way we move from the 3rd up to the back end of the 2nd, get a little more value there, and we get a late 4th-round pick. I think that's probably a good value. I don't know if the Bills would be willing to give up Keon Coleman, but this is probably my ideal trade here. So I'm going to do this one here. We give up DK in our 3rd. We get Keon Coleman, pick 62, pick 131. Let's hop in here. And now we don't necessarily have to address wide receiver until day 3 because we have a wide receiver 1, we have JSN. We're good. Sitting on the board here, I don't think I have to think about this. Look, Cam Ward's not going to be here. Let's not think about this. I'm going to go Kenneth Grant if he is on the board. Jihad Campbell is not on the board. Nicky Manwari is still at 43. That's so disrespectful. I'm going to go with Kenneth Grant. We need a nose tackle. He's the best one in this class. Now we are sitting here at pick 50. They have Shedeur Sanders. Okay. This is ridiculous. This is a little bit ridiculous. So I'm going to go over to another one I have open. What I do is I like to split it down the middle. I like to do, some of the public's big board, but some of PFF's. Clearly, that was a bad idea. So I'm just going to go over to all of these, turn that down. That was clearly a bad idea because Shedeur Sanders is available at 50, and come on now. I will also talk about Ernest Jones. Yesterday, we found out he had knee surgery. I didn't think his knee was that serious, but that's a big concern. So linebacker is a big position that I'm targeting here. It's incredibly worrying having another player with lingering knee issues and surgery. Him getting surgery does not make me feel better. It doesn't. I don't like that one bit. And trade talks have been paused, it seems like, as of right now. So that's scary. So linebacker in the top 100 is absolutely an idea. I talked about Carson Schwessinger in the last mock draft. Former wide receiver, really, really good in coverage. Only has 1 year starting, so he is a bit of an unknown. He could be kind of a 1 year wonder, but the upside with him, I think, is incredibly high. For a wide receiver convert, he's incredible in coverage, and his pass rush ability is probably mirrors that of Ernest Jones. So he is probably my top option in the second round here. You could look at Paul Jr. He's really fun. I had a second round grade on him. He has kind of slipped overall. Just his run defense, overlooking the tape, it wasn't what I thought it was on the initial first tape watch. I think he can be kind of flat-footed, which is a bit not really something that I think Mike would love. I think Carson Schwessinger is probably the best option here. We can look at other positions. Savon Revel, he's really good. I just hate the injuries. I hate the injuries. We did just, like, literally 15 minutes ago, before I'm recording this, we just re-signed Josh Jobe. So I still don't know if it was the RFA tag or if we actually gave him a multiple year deal. I hope we gave him like 3 years. I think that would be smart to kind of get ahead of it. Give him a 3-year deal while he's cheap right now, because if he goes out and balls out in 2025, he's going to want even more. Give him a 3-year, $9 million deal, maybe $12 million. I'd still be cool with that. I think he's worth that. So I hope we did that. Don't have any info on it right now, but I am glad that he is back. So we have our 3 cornerbacks now. We have, if we want to trade Reek, we will be in the market for another corner. But I'm not going to be playing with any Reek trades today. This is all about DK. So we don't really need a cornerback in the top 100. We could take one in the 4th or 5th, and I'd be happy with that. Kobe Bryant in the 3rd is obviously a really intriguing prospect, but I do have doubts. I think he could transition to safety in the NFL. We could look at tight end. I don't think that there's much value here. I think Mason Taylor probably at 62 is really tremendous value. We don't need a running back, that's for sure. Sharp is a possible trade candidate, but we're not going to be talking about that today. Donovan Jackson, seriously doubt he falls here, but if he does, that would be tremendous value. Arianti Ursary too. I think he could step into a guard role. I am going to look at Anthony Belton. They're really low on him, but Anthony Belton is really, really fun. I think he could step in at left guard. He could play right guard, play both of the tackle spots in case of injury. So Anthony Belton has kind of been my guy to take in the 2nd for an offensive lineman. I think I will take Anthony Belton here just to shore up that offensive line. And then I talked about it before. I will talk about it again here. Mason Taylor at 62. Just really good value. He's a really good blocker, and he's got really good size, and his receiving upside is really high. If we do end up cutting Noah Fant, Mason Taylor is a great guy to come in and replace him. All right, and now we have to wait until pick 131, where the Bills picked, and now is when I'm going to look at linebacker, I think. Jack Kaiser is on the board. He is my top linebacker left. I really like Jack Kaiser. What he did in the playoffs was, just tremendous. I think this is BPA here. He's got really good size, too. I'm going to take him. Hopefully he doesn't have to start, but he might have to if Ernest Jones is not back. Ooh, I love how the board fell here with Chase Lunt on the board. That is really fun. A Johnny Cornelius, too. You know what? If we want to look at Anthony Belton as kind of the guard for the future, Play him at left guard, move him to right guard if you need, and then we have a Johnny Cornelius as like the right tackle behind Abe Lucas. I would actually really, really love this. I'm going to take a Johnny Cornelius here. I really like him. I think he should be a third rounder. He has tremendous upside for his position. All right, now here is where I probably will look at wide receiver. Just kind of need a wide receiver 3. Dante Thornton, he does have DK's size, which is fun. I am looking at like Chimeri DK. I like him. Ricky White fell quite a bit for me after that combine performance, but Ty Felton was pretty damn good at the combine. I really like Ty Felton. His 40 time was really impressive for his size. Juice Wells is also really, really fun. I think I'm going to end up going with Ty Felton here. I think he fits that wide receiver 3 role. So I really like that here. And then 186, we are on the board. Dogs. I'm going to look at corner, perhaps safety too. I think safety, with bringing Job back, I think safety is probably a bit more likely because we don't have a third safety on the roster right now. Because Kayvon Wallace is a free agent. We cut Rayshawn Jenkins, so we have Julian Love, Kobe Bryant, and Jarek Reed right now. I don't even know if Jarek Reed can play anymore. So getting a third safety is kind of crucial. RJ Mickens is really fun with his size. He's really good in coverage. I'm going to take him here. Don't have to think about it too much. Again, I'm going to try to speed this up. Don't want to spend too much time talking about prospects because this is really about DK trade partners and potential trades. And I'm trying to be as realistic as I can with what I think he's valued. Some people want like a first and a second. That's not going to happen. You're not getting that for DK. You're probably not getting a first at all for DK. I don't think you are at all. So here I am probably going to go with a cornerback to get some depth, that cornerback 4 role. I would love to bring back Artie Burns to be that backup nickel, which would be great. So we don't have to focus on a nickel back. I don't love Nehemiah Pritchett. I think he should be a practice squad guy. So I am going to take Fentrell Cypress II. I love his size. He's got really good size. He's a bit older, but that's all right. He can run the zone that Mike likes. So he's just a good depth piece here. And then this is probably going to be BPA here. Sitting here, just looking around, who is probably BPA for us. I think Ty Robinson. You know what? Probably Ty Robinson is that guy. He absolutely killed it at the combine. He's got great size. I think he'd be a really good backup in that 3-tech role. Mike Morris has not been good. No, he has not. Mike Morris has not been good. Maybe Ty Robinson can come in and kind of battle with Mike Morris for that backup spot. I'm going to take him here. And that is going to be the first one where we traded DK to the Bills. DK and pick 82 in the third for Keon Coleman, pick 62, and pick 131. All right, and this is the mock. I'm not going to come back and talk about this. I already talked about it when I was making the picks. You guys can stop. Look at this if you want. Did I already download this? I don't remember. I'll do it again. All right, now the next one, the next trade partner that I have in mind here is going to be, probably should have done it before, but it's going to be the Chargers. Chargers, I've heard they're in the market for DK. So you got to think. I mean, like, PFF updated it, so all the free agents are actually gone now. That's fun. Do they have Josh Jobe? No, they wouldn't be that quick. No, they don't have him. So, like, Joshua Palmer is, like, the guy I love from the Chargers. He's not there. I don't know if I want Quentin Johnston. If they were to offer us, like, pick 22, I mean, throw in Quentin Johnston. But, like, if they throw in 54 and Quentin Johnston, I would do that. But I think being realistic in terms of value, you get 54, maybe a future third. I think that's pushing it a bit. I'm going to go with a future fourth So we get 54, a future fourth from the Chargers, and I'm going to throw in Brendan Rice. He went in the 7th round last year. I thought he was a 3rd to 4th round talent. I really, really like Brendan Rice coming out of college. I think he fits that wide receiver 3 role. I think he would be a great Lockett replacement. So I'm going to trade DK to the Chargers for pick 54 in the 2nd round, a future 4th round pick, and wide receiver Brendan Rice, just to sprinkle a little something good on top. There go my dogs again. All right. So now we are on the board at 18. I could switch over here. And, I mean, this is BPA, right? This is BPA. Will Johnson is on the board. We just re-signed Josh Jobe. Sure, he could be a really, really good cornerback 4, be a nice depth piece. Will Johnson being on the board is best player available. So I'm going to take him here. That is such tremendous value. Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. I'm not going to do it. So now we are in the market for a wide receiver 1. We are. We absolutely are. And I think Savion Williams I think he doesn't have a tremendous amount of upside. I love his size. He has great size. He has DK Metcalf's size, which is awesome. He doesn't have a ton of upside. I think he's he could work on his route running for sure. Trey Harris is a guy that a lot of Seahawks fans like. But I mean, if a lot of Seahawks fans have problems with DK Metcalf's contested catch rate, Trey Harris is the same. I don't love his contested catch rate. He's better than DK, but he's also in college. How is he going to be in the pros? I think he's kind of capped out. I think what Trey Harris is now is what he is in the pros. I'm not a Trey Harris hater, but I think he's like Demarcus Robinson, essentially. I don't think he's much better than that. Which Demarcus Robinson is a great wide receiver 3. He's a great wide receiver 3, but I just don't think he's much more than that. And so Trey Harris in the late 3rd, yeah, I'd love him, but I don't like him much sooner than that, and I don't want him to play a wide receiver 1 role. No way. So I wish Jaden Higgins or Jack Besh fell to us here. Didn't work out that way. Jalen Royals is possible, but with his size, I think I'd kind of want him in a limited role on the boundary. So Savion Williams is probably my best bet. So let's look. This might be another BPA spot, and Xavier Watts is a really, really good player. I'm going to double dip in the secondary and get our 3rd safety there for Mike. Now here, that is a crazy trade. Now here, we could dip into linebacker here, get an Ernest Jones. We could also look at O-line, which is probably what we should be doing. I think this is where I'm going to take Jonah Savaiania. Come in, put him at left guard, has flexibility, could play right guard too. Don't ever put him at tackle. He was dog ass at that. We saw that. But Jonah Savaiania, come in, put him at left guard, and we're good. Put him at left guard, we're good. Now on the board here, let's check wide receiver. Savion Williams is still on the board. Thank God. I'm going to take him to be our wide receiver 1. Then we have JSN in the slot. And then we got Brendan Rice to be our wide receiver 3. Maybe battle it out with another late day 3 wide receiver. So we're going to take Savion Williams here to be that wide receiver 1. Now I'm looking at maybe tight end. Mitchell Evans is fine. Jackson Hawes, I think, would be fun in that fullback role. Jalen Conyers, I think he's like a guaranteed target for the Seahawks with that fullback versatility. Chase Lund, he's like my guy in the 4th if he's here. Just a really, really good backup right tackle who could be our starter for the future. I'm going to take him here. I think he's BPA for me. All right. Now sitting here, I think linebacker could absolutely be a fun way to go. Jay Higgins is fun. He was a bit slow at the combine, but he's got good size. I really like his coverage ability. We're going to take him here to be kind of a backup, hoping we re-sign Ernest Jones. Now I think I might dip into wide receiver again. We got Savion Williams to be wide receiver 1. We got Brendan Rice to kind of fight for that wide receiver 3 role. Let's give him someone else to battle with. Let's give him Ricky White to battle it out with. And then I think we have a really good wide receiver room. They're all young. I really like that. Now I'm going to look at tight end. Tight end is probably the best option. Or we could look on the defensive line. Maybe look to get a nose tackle. I don't love any of the edges here. So I am going to look on the D-line. I like Eric Gregory. Cameron Jackson has been my guy. I'm going to take him here, be that nose tackle, battle it out with Cam Young. Hopefully he gets the starting spot. Now here, I'm going to go tight end. No one great on the board, but I've been a big supporter of Rivaldo Fairweather. I really like him. He reminds me of like Jawan Johnson light. So I'm going to take him here, and that'll round out this mock where I traded DK to the Chargers for pick 54, Brendan Rice, and a future 4th round pick. Here's the mock if y'all want to just sit and look at it for a little bit. All right, now this one, I'm going to go trade DK to the Texans. Now, I don't know necessarily if we'd want a wide receiver from them. I think we're good. I think just give them DK. They're not going to want to give us a 3rd, I don't think. So I'm going to do DK and a 6th. It might even honestly be this one, but I'm going to do 186. DK and 186 to the Texans for 57 and 89. That's going to be my trade there to the Texans. Again, I'm just trying to do the most realistic trades. Now sitting here, Cam Ward is still on, come on, I lowered it. Come on, guys. Sitting here, I am going to try actually dipping into O-line probably earlier. But we could look to trade back with maybe the Lions here. Get pick 60. I'll give them 173. We move way up, and then we can move back here and maybe look at Matthew Golden is fun. I don't think he should be a wide receiver 1. Gray Zabel could be our center or left guard of the future. Alec Iomaner. I really, really like Alec Iomaner. I don't think he should be a wide receiver 1. I think he reminds me of Chris Godwin. I think he would be an elite wide receiver 2. I just think if you throw him in that wide receiver 1 role, I don't think it's a great idea. I am going to look at Jack Besh here is a really intriguing option. He reminds me of kind of a mix of Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua. I think he would be really, really fun in this offense. Jaden Higgins is another guy I've been really high on. So I could take one of them here, maybe try kind of overdraft, or I could hope that one of them fell to 50. It's tough. We could trade back again and hope that we can get them. Do we trade with the Chiefs? We could probably get 95 for 137. Try to move up. I'm not going to do that. I think we have, look at this. We have 6 top 100 picks now after the DK trade and the trade back with the Lions. So I'm not going to do a trade here. We could go Tyleek Williams. He's the second best nose tackle. We could go Nick Emanwari. I doubt he's here, so I'm going to try to be a little realistic. And so I think I will take Jack Besh. Man, it's tough. This is a really tough spot to be in, honestly. You know what? I am going to go Gray Zabel. Be our left guard of the future. Could move into center, and I'm feeling really good. And let's hope someone fell to us. Yikes. Okay, so that's all right. That's just how the board falls sometimes. You just got to hope that it falls your way. Didn't fall our way that time, but we addressed our biggest need now of O-line. So I can sit here and we have plenty of picks. So I think I'll go edge here. I think this is probably BPA with Braden Swinson, or JT Tuimalau is probably my guy to take here. We could look at corner, linebacker. I will take JT Tuimalau to be kind of that third, fourth edge for Mike. And then on the board here, now this is interesting. I mean, do we overdraft someone? Do we take a receiver? I know I talked about Trey Harris. I'm going to take him here. I'm going to take Trey Harris here. I think he's a really good wide receiver 2 or 3. I don't think he should be a wide receiver 1. But if we go out, sign someone in free agency, it could absolutely work out. Or maybe take like Dante Thornton later and hope he could kind of be a hidden gem. I'm going to take Trey Harris here, and just hope we can get someone else down the line. Now sitting on the board, I'm looking at the secondary. Ben Morrison is BPA here for sure. I'd take him in the first, honestly. He is BPA here. He's fallen a lot. He should be a starting corner in this league. Or he will absolutely be a starting corner in this league. Put Josh Jobe into that backup role. I really like that. Now we're sitting on the board at 82. We could take Wyatt Milam, hope he moves into center. That's a bit tough. We could double dip, take Savion Williams. I don't think that's great value to be doing that. Terrence Ferguson, we met with him at the Combine, so I think it's likely that we sign him or draft him. So I'm going to actually draft Terrence Ferguson here at pick 82, get a good tight end. Now I think safety. Is Kevin Winston available? No. Lathan Ransom is fun, and Andrew Makuba, they're both really fun. Jonas Stanker is too. But Lathan Ransom, I think, fits our defense best. I'm going to take him here. 2 picks into the secondary. That's fun. Willie Lampkin is fun for sure. He's versatile. He can move all over the offensive line. Let's see here. We could... Let's check on the defensive interior, Simeon Barrow. No one I love here. What about edge? Even though I know we already took JT, but we could look to double dip. We already got a safety. All right, linebacker. Kobe King is fun. They don't have. They don't. I think Justin Jacobs went back to school. I really liked him. Because I haven't seen him on many mocks recently. I'm gonna have to look into that after this video. Dude, my dogs have barked like 4 times since I've started recording this. I'm getting pretty fucking pissed right now. So Kobe King is really fun. I think Cody Simon I still have over him. I just think the floor is much higher. I'm gonna go with Cody Simon here, and he is much better in coverage. Pair him up with Lathan Ransom and JT Tuimalau. We're just rebuilding that Ohio State defense. Now here, I think we could check wide receivers on the board. Yikes. So no one here that you're really going to think of as a wide receiver 1, other than Ja'Cory Brooks maybe. I think he's someone you could take and hope he could blossom into that role. But at that point, it'll probably be Trey Harris, wide receiver 1, Ja'Cory Brooks, depth wide receiver. My dogs are fucking on one, dude. Oh, they're both going now. Yes, dude. Yes. Both going now. I'm about to crash out and not edit any of this out. So we could look at, we didn't get a nose tackle. We could look at getting a 3 tech, but Zeke Biggers is a nose tackle. He's probably BPA here, honestly. Give me that nose tackle. Give me Zeke Biggers there in the 6th. Now here, I'm gonna dip into the offensive line. Clay Webb, I don't want to take him after the thing he did in high school. Nah, I'm good. Was it high school or college? I don't know. The thing he did, look it up. It was fucked up. Joshua Gray, he's probably my favorite offensive lineman on the board here. You could play left guard and center. So I'm going to take him there. And that is this mock where we traded DK to the Texans for 57 and 89. We still got to move back. So this is the mock. If y'all want to look at it, I'll scroll down. All right. Now on to the last one, which it seems like it's the most realistic. I mean, I hope not. But I'm going to go to the Packers. So it would be, I believe the trade offer that I have seen is 55 and a fourth, 55, 124, and Dontavion Wicks, and we give up, I believe, 186 or maybe 173. This is what I'm gonna do. So, a second, a fourth, and a wide receiver 3. I'm fine with it. I don't love it, but it's something I'm all right with. If that might be our best haul that we can get. Now sitting on the board here at 18, man, they've had Cam Ward fall every single time, dude. It's crazy. We could look to trade back, which actually I might do with the Ravens. Maybe just get 91. Because we're not going to get 59. Well, we could get 59, but I don't know. I think that's unrealistic. Give me 91 like a future pick, and I'm good. And I'll throw in 236. Just so we don't have too many draft picks, you know what I mean? All right. Now we're sitting here in the same situation, but this time I'm actually going to take a wide receiver in the first here, and it's going to be Jack Bash to be our wide receiver 1. So we have Jack Bash, wide receiver 1, JSN, and then Dontavion Wicks can be our wide receiver 3. Now sitting here, Alfred Collins is BPA. Really good nose tackle out of Texas. Top 3 nose tackle in the class behind Tyleik Williams and Kenneth Grant. I'm going to take him here, fill that hole. Now, Darian Porter is fun. I think I'm going to take Darian Porter here. I've talked a lot about him. He's one of my favorite corners in this class. He's probably my favorite corner for the Seahawks outside of Azareye'h Thomas. So I think he just fits it really well with his zone coverage ability. I'm going to take him here, and Job can be a cornerback 4. Pupal is BPA here. He's BPA here. This is so tough. Chris Paul is BPA. Looking at offensive line, I think we would have to go with like Wyatt Milam, maybe Charles Grant. I'm going to go Pupal. If we don't re-sign Ernest Jones, that'd be pretty good. And we do have pick 91. So now I'm going to look. We have Charles Grant. I think he could definitely slide inside the left guard. And he's undersized for a tackle slightly. So I'm going to take Charles Grant and hope he slides into left guard and can play it pretty well. Gunnar Helm, he fell a lot after that combine performance. Like, I'm good on him, I think. I think here we should double dip in the offensive line. Willie Lampkin is fine, but another right guard, we don't need that. Right guard, we don't need that. Tyler Cooper, I have spoken highly of him. I really like him. We could probably get him at 137. That's, I think, going to be my pick there. Gunnar Helm, he can't block, and like he was so slow for someone that's only a receiver. I'm actually going to go, let's look at edge. Savion Jones is probably BPA here. Femi Oladejo is fun, but he shouldn't fall this far. And he's a bit undersized for Mike anyway. I'm going to go Savion Jones to be an edge 4 for Mike McDonald. Now at 137, I already said it, I'm going to take Tyler Cooper, backup left guard to Charles Grant. If Grant kind of falls on his face, Cooper can hopefully step in. Now we're sitting on the board here. We got to take a tight end. And Jalen Conyers is here. Yes, dude. Don't even have to think about it. Now, we don't need another wide receiver, I don't think. We already got a corner, maybe a safety, and R.J. Mickens. Really like R.J. Mickens. He's got great size, great in coverage, and pretty damn good against the run. And a really good special teamer. I'll take him there. And, yeah, this is gonna do it. The final mock here. We got, trying to fit it all in there. We got DK and 173 to the Packers for Dontavion Wicks, pick 55 and pick 124. And then we traded back in the first. So hope y'all enjoyed. Those are some DK Metcalf trade options. And yeah, see y'all next time.